Good morning or good afternoon. Retta's Recovery Reminders. Whenever you watch this is the right time for you. And whoever finds this, this was meant for you. I infuse my posts with love of the whole and with a prayer that this finds whoever needs it. And so this is meant for you. Today is February 10th, but like I said, whenever it finds you is when it's meant to. I will know love when I realize I am a sexual being and I am okay. Love and sex are not the same thing. So many people think they know the difference, yet when they come right down to it, to the truth, it's easy to mistake one for the other. Love is a natural instinct. Love makes you feel warm and fuzzy, protected and secure, bigger than life and welcomed in life. When we are loving and being loved, a sense of well-being permeates our entire existence. Love makes us feel totally accepted at the deepest level of our identity. When we experience love in the fullest and truest form, we want to experience it again and again. In fact, this is what we look for in and expect from our sexual encounters. Sexual activity is perfectly natural and normal expression of who we are as human beings. We need not make excuses about our desires to experience ourselves sexually. Our sexual experiences are opportunities to abandon ourselves, our coverings, and masks. A sexual encounter is a powerful experience in which bodies can share pleasure with or without the benefits of intimacy. Because sex feels good, we often mistake our sexual experiences for the true giving and receiving of love. We tell ourselves we are in love, that's why we did it. In love, there is total acceptance of self and willingness to give of self without an expectation of receiving anything in return. When you love, you are not afraid to share the truth of who you are, and you accept the truth of others without judgment. Love feels good because it is good, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Until today, you may have thought your sexual experiences were true expressions of love. Just for today, devote yourself to giving and receiving the intimacy of love without physical contact. Today, I am devoted to expressing the love of my soul in sexual and non-sexual ways. Wow, that was really good. And that's true. We are, I don't know, the society teaches us that there's something dirty about sex, and there's not. What makes it dirty is when it's done in addiction, like over and over. Pornography, it's not a good, there's no connection in it, it's just the act. Like, I don't know, I never felt any real connection in my marriage. There wasn't. It was just a physical thing. He wasn't connected to himself, so how could he connect to me? And that's when I realized, and that's why it's okay to walk away, because I want somebody who can connect with themselves, like I do. And we're all okay being sexual beings. It's part of nature. We have natural urges. The thing to do is to, rise above that urge, especially if it's not benefiting, you or your partner. And it can only be beneficial if it's, mutually, mutually accepted. I don't know, mutually, I don't know what, anyway, just you're okay being a sexual being. The thing is, in this society, everything is sexualized and it's turned into this, thing without any substance. And that's where it becomes gross. If there's no substance to it, it's not the actual divine act, and that's how we create everything. Everything is sexual energy. In an idea, we have to have the divine feminine and the divine masculine in order to make an idea work. We've confused so many things in this society, and if we just take it back to nature, get away from watching other people do it, because it takes away the experience of feeling it. It's, I don't know, people are so into the vision, and if you didn't have that sight, it would be a different experience. And that's where I just wish we didn't have so much pornography out there these days. I think people learn from it, and it's not anything that women actually want. That is a made up fictional experience that those people are having. They're putting on a show, and life is not a show. People play games, like emotional games in relationships. Like, my life is not a game. I don't understand that. Like, stop the bullshit. If you like somebody, you tell them. Like, I'm not going to hide my feelings and make it some kind of, game. Like, what? Confusing. But people are like that because that's all they know. They don't know any more than games. So that's all they can give you. And, you have to have discernment in your heart to know, and you have to stop painting them with pictures of you. If somebody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. If they show you that they are shallow and they're not actually really connecting with you, and they only care about what you look like, believe them. That's all you're ever going to get. So if you want somebody deeper or something deeper, you have to actually let go of the shallow things in order to find the things that are meant for you in your life. And you will, when you get quiet and get within yourself and find out what you really need and what you really want. Once everything that is not you finally is released, when you're allowed to release all the negative patterns that were instilled from your childhood and actually get real with yourself and what you want in your life, then you can, be honest with people who come into your life and decide, no, I don't want that, or yes, I do want that, but I definitely don't want somebody that plays games with my feelings, and somebody who constantly doesn't know whether they want me or they don't, or they do or they don't. Like, it's whatever. That's why I stopped saying things I didn't mean in the relationship, because, okay, I don't say things I don't mean. That's what you do when you grow up. You don't say things you don't mean. I don't care how angry I got, I still didn't say things I don't mean. And not everybody is capable of doing that, but they're not capable because they don't feel like there's a benefit to it for them. And you just have to have the courage to bow out of their life and let life be their teacher. I am the problem, huh? Am I still? Do you still have the same problems in your life once I was gone? I'd say yes. Constantly, continually saying, your ex is the psycho. I was the psycho until I realized that, I have control, and every choice that I make lays the road down for the pattern of my life. And, when I looked back, I didn't like the pattern I was creating, so I chose better. And now I actually love the pattern I'm laying down. I have wonderful days, and I actually go through and evaluate my day, my interactions throughout the day with other human beings. I try not to make anybody feel less than, because nobody is. We're all just, trying to do the best that we can with what we have. And the more we know, the better, we are at putting that into work in our lives. At least, that's the goal. Shine your light, shine your light, and it gives others permission to do the same thing. And even if that's all that I'm doing with my weird, unique self, then that's what I'll do. I've always stood in my individuality. I've always been a little bit weird, and that's okay. Now, I see that, sometimes I meet people and they're stuck in patterns, or they're stuck in fear of actually being who they want to be. And, I've met people and they pierced their nose or dyed their hair because it's fun. And when you want to express yourself in different ways, and you've got your parents or, family or whatever telling you not to do that because who cares? Stop it. Express yourself. You only live once. Why not, make this life as beautiful and as interesting as you can. And, I grew up before there was cell phones and everybody videotaping everything. We actually experienced life back in the days when I was traveling, hitchhiking across the country. I wouldn't dare do it today, but back then it was awful interesting. And that's why I know that there are wonderful, loving people out there, and I will always believe that in our heart, we're just, kind, loving people doing the best we can. And, more people like that will be drawn into my life. And now that I realized I will be me no matter who doesn't like it. I've been through some really messed up things, but I was using mechanisms to cope with things in the best way that I knew how at that point, before my awareness. Now that I'm aware, I don't do things like that, But when you have to realize that you are not this body, you are not just this being, you are the spirit, the soul, coming back time and time again. And then once you get that perspective and realize, I am energy, and I can control that energy. And the higher you get up on the scale, in acceptance, you have to learn to accept yourself. Acceptance and love of self is imperative. And once you get that, and you're just a human. Forgive yourself. We forgive everybody else, but it's the hardest thing to forgive ourselves. But once you do, it's like it all opens up. You have to. You have to forgive yourself for being who you thought you needed to be to survive. And you're not in survival mode. Now it's rest and relax, which attracts the good things into our lives. When you sow positivity day and day and day, the universe has no choice. There's a law. Learn the laws of the universe. There's 12 laws of the universe. And once you learn those laws of the universe, you can put them into practice in your life to actually get out of worry, because that's doing nothing but creating more of the things you're worrying about. Stop it. Love, acceptance, joy, peace. If you learn to be okay in the silence of your mind and actually swipe all those icky thoughts away and get quiet just for a little bit, it separates you from that sense of self, the overwhelming sense of self. You know, it used to make me feel like I was joking, like I couldn't get away from it. And now it's like I just have a wideness in my awareness that is, it's my experience of this realm and this time, and it's enjoyable. You know, when we get out of, you know, this is who I am and it sucks and I hate this about me and this and this and this, when we stop looking at the physical and the little, like, menial things that don't really matter, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend 5 seconds worrying about it. You know, and that's what I realized. Like, we are who we believe we are. If you're not living a life that you love, change that belief. You know, that's what you got to do. That's what I did. I love you guys. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day in recovery, in, you know, just being the best you can be every day. You know, I'm in competition with myself to see, you know, if I can get better, if my feelings, if I can feel better. That's the goal. If I can feel better every day. Because, you know, when you feel good about yourself and your life, it's easier to live a life you love. Pack in the positivity. Listen to the I Am meditations at night to reprogram your subconscious. Get quiet, get out into nature, connect with God. You guys are love. You guys are the stars of the planet. Come on, we can change everything into love and compassion. We can do it. It starts with you. I love you guys. Be blessed. Have a great weekend. Peace.